Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Coffee on, coffee strong. My Facebook buddy, country singer Jeff Bates, always says, I hope your coffee's good as mine. So I hope yours is good too. I hope everybody made it through this ice storm. We did. I thank the good Lord above for looking out for us. And some of these pine trees I got in the yard, the limbs were really sagging. They back way up now. I had the dogs inside. The chickens made it pretty good. And I got 3 roosters. Them some hard-headed jokers, boy. And they made it through, man. And their feathers had ice on them. And I got a thing for them to get in. They're too hard-headed to get in. But hey, man, glad we made it through. And I understand there's another snowstorm coming this Saturday, and it's going to be snow. I hadn't heard anything about freezing rain or ice or sleet. That's what's the most dangerous. But anyway, man, the topic of the video. We all know that. Okay, age is the undisputed champion. Everybody's getting older. You're going to have these young bucks out here, man. You might, if you're out shopping or something, if you're old A up, you know, they're good at talking more or less, or especially trying to get up in your face. I love when they do that. I take my right hand and just reach right down and punch him right between the legs. Boom! Punch him right in the old gunny sack. Whap! That quick. But those that are 50 and above, the older folks, when we're in this time of unrest and politics, and I got to where I'm just about tired of talking politics. And, you know, this split down the middle all the time, and I just enjoy my country living. But us older folks, when you start talking about defending yourself and what works and what don't, and a lot of times I laugh and joke and cut up on my videos and just run my mouth, you know. But you know, I'm serious on this one. With my years of training in different martial arts and taekwondo and hapkido and messing around with MMA and UFC and that sort of stuff. You know, if you think about it, I've was in competition for trophies and doing all that, and I trained for that, and that's what you train for, to get the trophy. And a lot of times in the dojo, what you're training, it's not going to help you on the street. You need to practice and learn something, put your time and effort into something that is going to help you and going to benefit you. You'll find out a lot of times the stuff you're learning in the dojo and you're not doing it every day, it's not going to help you. Not the way, because here's my example. This is what I'm trying to explain. Usually in the dojo, say taekwondo and karate, you got one person that's the attacker and the other person that's the defender. The attacker goes forward with his attack, and the defender does his block and then his attack, and it's all steel. You know, you're standing still. Okay, on the street, everything's moving. It's moving all the time. All the time. It's moving. The street's different. Reality-based defense is different. It ain't like, because you're going to have somebody walk up to you, hey man, can you spare some change? And boom, and just launch an attack. You don't have 6 weeks to train for something like that, you know. All of these attacks they come quick. That's the way it is. They're fired up on you real quick. It's not like the dojo. In MMA and UFC and especially jiu-jitsu, MMA has rules. UFC has rules. You do a lot of good ground techniques, man, and that's beneficial on the ground. Jiu-jitsu is good on the ground, but here's what I'm talking about. You got to consider concrete, glass, rocks, other hard, sharp surfaces, and you take somebody down, you get them in a hole, their buddy is kicking you in the head. That's not helping you. Okay? Against more than one person, it's not going to help you. They say a big percentage of fights end on the ground. Yeah, if you're fight. If you're using street-based self-defense, you want to take them out and get gone. You don't want to sit there and get in a darn fight. I love martial arts. I love training. I'm not cutting down martial arts. But until you get years behind you of experience and constantly doing, then you can handle yourself, okay? Now, my sister, Crystal, she's a 4th degree black belt, and I think it's Japanese Kyokushin karate or Okinawa, something like that. But she can take you down. She can handle you. But she does it every day. That's the difference. So, what I think the best defense now in the street nowadays, in 30 years of law enforcement, would probably be, what was beneficial to me is boxing and wrestling. You learn your basic boxing fundamentals and some wrestling techniques. Learn 2 or 3 of them. If you go to the ground, learn something to get you back up on your feet. Learn some holds once you go to the ground, and then moving yourself back up. To me, learn your basic jab, hook, thrust punch, uppercut, your basics, and practice. Get with somebody and practice with it. But if someone approaches you on the street, once you put your fists up, don't put them up no higher than your shoulder. See my shoulders behind me? And tuck your head down. But instead of having your fists, that's going to give them a wrong signal that you want to fight. Open your hands. That gives a signal that you're not, that you're not trying to be too aggressive. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, bud. Then you can launch attacks. So, boxing and wrestling, you'll find that most of your simple techniques are the ones that's going to help you. The kick to the knee, the shin, the palm strike to the nose, to the jaw, the chopping to the neck, the eyes. If you launch this hand up like that, you're going to get the eyes, the nose, and just enough to get them off of you. Don't let them come within 3 foot of you, If all of a sudden you caught off guard and somebody's in your face, swing that fist down there to his balls. Bam! Or reach up and headbutt him. That's all you got to do to get him away from him. Don't push him and get in a push match. Because if he pushes you, he's ready to launch something. And if somebody turns, drops his hand down, you need to keep your hands up because he's coming with that sucker punch. That's what you need to watch out for, sucker punches. If he's looking down at his feet or he turns, he's getting ready to launch something. And you need to be on that defense real quick. And the reason that I'm doing a video like this is because I noticed, looking through crime statistics, it's the older people that are the victims more than likely. In other words, these thugs out here, they're going to find the battle that they can win or they think they can win. They're going to fight the battles they think they can win. But if you got the upper hand and you know how to kind of do, you can keep him off of you. And most of them carry firearms anyway, so I'd recommend you carry one also as well as a knife. But that's the thing, it's either young folks that are feeble, that are small, and older folks that they know that they can have an advantage over, or they think it's a battle that they can win. And understand the sizes, okay, guys? My years when I worked in pro wrestling, I can tell you, okay, guys that are built real big, man, they're intimidating. Don't get me wrong, they're intimidating. But Guys like that, to get a body like that, man, I don't care what anybody says. I don't give a darn what they tell you, okay? To get a body like that, you got to juice steroids, man. There's no way, you're not going to get no growth unless you're juicing something. In my experience, it was either Dianabol or what they call Deca. I think Ric Flair took a lot of Deca. All the guys back then took it, but it was legal. But here's what I want you to understand. I don't want to get off on steroids. But they swell your muscles up and you look good, okay? Let me tell you a secret about these guys. They didn't make good professional wrestlers. There's a handful that did. But most of them didn't have the cardio. They'd be in the ring and running the ropes, and they'd run out of gas real fast. And here I am, a small guy, trying to train these people in the moves and stuff, and they're running out of gas and running out of breath. But they looked like $1,000,000, but they didn't have no cardio. They don't hardly ever work on cardio. So, but when somebody like that tries to intimidate you, hey, you got arms, you got fists, you got hands, you got feet. Yeah, he might have strength, but he's also got vulnerable areas you can strike just enough to get away from. But don't let that size intimidate you. You would be surprised at what you could do. The more muscle they got, the more pain sensors that they feel. But that's the thing about it. They run out of gas real quick. If you got good cardio and you do some boxing training, can keep them off of you, you'll do all right. Don't sit there and get in an all-out fight with them. You need to do what you can to get them off of you and get out of there, okay? So, but yeah, they're going to pick on the older people. They're going to pick on the older people because they think you're a battle they can win. And usually that's what they do, because you see a lot of news feeds, people getting attacked and unlifed and stabbed and all that kind of mess. So that's why I say you need to carry. But, you know, it seems to get worse as time goes on. And I just wanted to help my older folks. But yes, remember, boxing, find something close to you. Here where I'm at, about 12 miles away, is a boxing academy. So I'm close to that for training. And I've always done wrestling, but a combination of boxing and wrestling, low kicking and that sort of thing, that's, with my experience, what works on the street the best. So, you know, like what you see, give me a thumbs up and hit like and subscribe. I'll come back with some more videos. I'm always talking about all different kind of things. So I'm enjoying the retirement life and trying to keep busy doing stuff. So, hey, you guys have a good one.